There's a saying that expectations are premeditated resentments. So I want you to ask yourself, what expectations do your new customers have at the beginning of the relationship with you and your company? So maybe your sales teams are making promises like, hey, our product is quick and easy to implement, it's easy to adopt, because they're going by these time kills all deals strategies. So they just want to make all these promises. And do you know what your sales teams are promising customers? For example, I talked with a company last week where there's this promise or an expectation that once a customer is done with their proof of concept, they're just ready to go live. But then the reality is there's a long and complex implementation after that POC, and customers are really frustrated. It's really causing a big retention issue. So these customers have expectations, the stage is set, the promises are made, but then reality hits. They have to roll up their sleeves and clean data, migrate data, integrate all these disparate systems. And maybe your system is not easy to learn and adopt, it's challenging. And maybe even if your system is easy to learn and adopt, there's a whole change management process internally that no one has addressed. One company I worked with, internally, everyone thought onboarding took 8 weeks. So of course, they were promising that to customers. But the reality was it took 50% longer. It took 12 weeks. So then pretty soon, customers start feeling resentful. So resentment is a feeling of anger or bitterness caused by a sense of being wronged, insulted, or treated unfairly. And it stems from a perceived injustice or injury. And so people are feeling like things aren't fair. And so they resent what's happening. And the word resentment comes from the resending, so that you're feeling this again and again. So rather than feeling excited about using your product, they're ruminating and dwelling in resentment and doubt and anger and bitterness. So that sounds like they're dwelling in the trough of disillusionment. And then they pause and cancel their subscriptions, and you end up with 50% of churn happening during onboarding, which is not uncommon. So you got to get out of that. You have to really understand what expectations are being set. They need to be clearly defined. They need to be aligned with the promises made during the buyer journey to the results and outcomes delivered during the customer journey. So I want you to explore that Embark stage of my Orchestrated Onboarding Framework, where you don't just dive into the details, you don't just close a deal, you're really opening that relationship. You're taking the time to ensure everyone is on board and they understand the expectations and the why, the what, and the how. To dive deeper, read my article on the Embark stage and let me know how I can help you close that value gap and turn your expectations into reality. Thank you.